Welcome back to Uncut Unfiltered, where I rant and you get to sit there with your nice warm drink, nice cozy blanket, and watch me play Minecraft and listen to me talking. Now, I will give you the preface that today's Minecraft footage is at like 250% speed, and that is because um I've been playing a lot and I didn't want you to miss out on anything or like stretch it over weeks and weeks and weeks because a new update comes out soon. So, with that being said, let's get into it this week because I got a lot to fucking talk about. So, step one, I think I need to give you some background information, right? I don't know how it's going to make sense. You guys just ask me questions and then eventually I'll do a Q&A, right? That's how that makes sense. And then we'll fill in all the gaps on the timeline. But so currently I'm working on trauma work in therapy, and that is really hard. Obviously, I don't think trauma is an easy thing to work through for probably anyone, right? Trauma is trauma. But it's been especially hard because I don't remember a lot of my memories, and that's been tricky. So this week I've been investigating, right? I've reached out to my old therapist, I've reached out to my mom, my sisters, and I have been left on red by all of them, except for my old therapist and my mom. Now, my old therapist, we'll call her Elle, her and I, we talk pretty regularly now. Not not in a therapy client sense, but she also does um tarot readings. And with my health, I've been really interested in, I don't know, a higher power, right? Like, I don't think that there's God, but I do think that there is something. And she told me that even as a 11-year-old, my trauma was buried and I was very defiant and untrusting. And it always seemed like I was protecting someone. And I started therapy at 11. And you might be asking, what 11-year-old needs therapy? And that's where I'm at. Now, I will say I'm going to talk about some self-harm because that's what this is about, right? We're getting into the trauma. The only reason I ended up in therapy is because I threatened my mom that I would self-harm myself, right? So there was obviously something going on, and I do remember that, but I don't remember what happened. And see, at 11, oh boy. Well, my life is a little complicated. So, when I was a kid, I think it was about 1.5, 2, my parents split up. And when I was about 10 or 11, my parents got back together. Now, they are since divorced again. And I'm relatively no contact with my mom. I mean, I'm not, I do talk to her occasionally, but we don't really have much to talk about. But so anywho, my therapist didn't really give me much to go off of. Um, my mom, however, I asked her what happened when my parents split up and what happened when my mom sent me to live with my dad, because I felt like those were probably some of my trauma moments, right? Like, those are things that would be traumatic for a kid. And she told me that things were not working out between her and my dad. And and then when she sent me back to live with him, like they just broke up and so we moved out. And then when she sent me back to move with him, it was because I pushed every button she had. She punched me in the shoulder. In parentheses, that was not okay. And she needed a timeout from me. I was not an easy kid, and I gave her trauma. So, that really didn't tell me anything either, as we'd expect. So I don't know, I'm just sitting here with my questions unanswered still, which is awesome, I guess. So yeah, we're hoping that maybe I'll be able to do EMDR, I think is what it's called, which is some like rapid eye movement that's supposed to help unlock memories. But I will say, after watching Stranger Things, I do feel like I must be like unlocking my superpowers, right? It's just working through trauma. Spoiler alert? Maybe? Anywho. God, what else did I want to talk about this week? Oh, I guess I could talk about, the fact that God, I've been doing physical therapy and it has been torturous, man. Like, I'm doing it every day. I think I actually, okay. So what happened is I fell asleep early and then I woke up at like 2 o'clock this morning and I did my PT, but it counted for today, not for yesterday because it was like 2 o'clock, but what? Doesn't matter. I've been doing it every day, and let me tell you, my muscles have never been more sore in my life. I couldn't walk for like 2 days because my legs were so freaking sore. And like, it's awesome that I'm on the road to recovery. But trying to be a caretaker and being at an all-time low physically has been pretty tough. I don't know if I've ever really, well, I mean, obviously, the last Uncut Unfiltered, I think, had a whole whopping 10 minutes of me talking. Sorry about that. I don't know. I think I was just nervous and I didn't know what to do. I didn't know who to talk to. Now I've kind of found my groove and I found my rhythm. I was also really confused with recording. I started using like editing software, which is super new to me as a non-content creator. And it was really confusing to do what I thought I was doing. And so I had to restart everything, and then I was just kind of frustrated. So I don't know, but here we are now. You have me yapping. But so my dad, like, being a caretaker, is hard, is a hard thing to say. Hold on, let me drink my tea. I'm gonna have to go get more. My dad has stage 4 colon cancer. It's metastasized to his lungs, his liver. I don't know. I think that's it. And then he also had a different kind of cancer in his lungs, and he is frequent to get hernias, and he's had diverticulitis and like all of these different issues. And let me tell you, he's 60. He's in his 60s. I think he might be over 60 now. He's old. Anywho, but he has smoked for his whole fucking life. He smoked weed. He used to sell drugs. He used to do drugs of all sorts. Like, this man, he served his time. He did his crimes, and he probably shouldn't have made it to 60, but here he is. Anywho, I was the youngest. I was still living at home when we found out, and so I kind of just slipped into the role of being the one here with him. And my brother, he actually is planning on moving to the other side of the country from us, which I guess is cool for him, but weird move. Anywho, So, I'm the one that's home taking care of dad. Now, what does that mean? Well, we have dogs, we have cats, we have an 1,100 square foot house. I clean. I also, like, not every night, because I'll be honest, I don't feel good every day. But I do try to make dinner, make sure there's something for him to eat, whether it's groceries, a frozen meal, something, you know. Um, he is still pretty capable of doing things. Like, he goes to work still. His job isn't very physically demanding. He sits on a machine and does machine work. So he's able to work okay. It's he's just tired when he gets home, really. Anywho, he still will do his own laundry, but I cook, I clean, I take care of the house. Luckily right now, because I've been so sick, I haven't been working, but usually I would also be working, which was pretty brutal. I'm not gonna lie, and I am really excited to go back, hopefully someday soon. But it's kind of bittersweet. Like, of course, no one wants to go back to work, but I do miss my job a lot, and I miss my coworkers. I really love my coworkers, and I don't know. Anywho, it's been an exhausting. It's been an exhausting year. And oh, okay, so right, back to trauma therapy, right. So my mom, that was her response, was whatever, half-assed shit. So now I'm still sitting here thinking, what the hell could it have been? What could she have done? And I genuinely have no clue. So that's pretty awesome. Latest update on my therapy. I have therapy on Fridays, so that's the day after this gets uploaded, so you'll hear about it next week. Sorry, guys. While I am talking, I am also doing my own little craft. For those that are interested, I tumble rocks. I know that sounds pretty lame, but I do tumble rocks, and I wrap them with wire and make like earrings and keychains and stuff like that out of them. And so if you hear any clinking in the background, that's actually what's been going on. But yeah, I don't know. While I record, yeah. So that's another thing. I don't know. Do I need to make a disclaimer? I think I'll put it in the description. Who knows? I'm not actively playing Minecraft. I've been playing throughout the week. This is my hobby. I'm just recording as I go. And, this being, me talking, I was making the hand motion, but realized you can't see that because my camera's not on and we're just having a little yap. This is, just somewhere for me to get everything out, right? It's not me playing a game trying to get views going, oh, look at this crazy Minecraft thing. I'm actually really bad at Minecraft, and you'll see that, I'm sure. But I don't know what I was talking about. Therapy, I don't know. What else do I got going on? My mom sucks. She does suck. You guys have probably gathered that. She doesn't think she does. That's the thing. She always will reiterate to me that she tried her best. And she did her best. And it's kind of become a joke between me and my therapist at this point. It's like a buzzer, like, I tried my best, take a shot. Right? Like, yeah, I tried my best. That's why I punched you. And, like, I could understand me being a difficult kid, right? Like, I had undiagnosed autism and ADHD. Like, it probably doesn't get harder than that. But you're the adult, right? Like, do the thing that a parent does and take me to therapy, take me to the doctor, do something, right? And then I have the other end of it where she was also a hardcore right winged naturopath, prepper, doomsday, like that sort of pipeline. So I um, didn't go to the doctor probably for most of the things that I should. It was like, oh, it's just a cold, you'll get over it. I do remember I was 2 years old, and well, this is a couple stories. All right. So the first part of this, I broke my leg, right? And I loved playing in the sink. Like, playing in the water was my favorite part of existing, right? I loved splashing in the sink. I loved playing. Whatever. Um, but I was 2 years old, so I couldn't reach the kitchen sink. So I scooched a chair over from the kitchen or dining table. It was probably like 10 feet away, if that. And my brother was babysitting me at this point, and he was pretty. I have a couple brothers. This is my brother Kay. He was too cool for kids, right? So he was in his room doing his own thing. I was playing in the sink. And I also always loved smelling flowers, and I still do. And actually, I could probably rant about the fact, well, I will rant about the fact that most companies, like the grocery stores, they have bred out the scent in their flowers. So they just look pretty but don't smell pretty. And that really actually makes me upset because flowers should look and smell pretty because they're flowers. That's what they do. They smell beautiful. They are beautiful. They are everything that is beauty. And you made them less. It's probably a metaphor for something. But anywho, I used to always stop and smell the flowers. And so once I noticed that there is a beautiful bouquet of flowers in the vase, and so again, this is right after my parents split up. My mom, the reason my brother was babysitting me was because my mom was actually out trying to file for full custody of me. For whatever reason, she wanted child support, whatever it was, right? um, I moved the chair from the sink that I was splashing in about a foot to the left. Um, and I crawled up on that white kitchen counter and I slipped right off because it was wet because I was playing in the sink, and it was a slick. We lived in a double wide trailer, so it was like that slick linoleum, right? So yeah, I fell off the counter, hit my leg on the chair, and hit the ground. And my brother, again, he heard me fall, right? And so he came out and he called my mom and said, I don't know what to do. She's crying. She won't get up. And um, she said, well, pick her up, set her on her feet, see if she stands up. And once he did, my leg broke. It went from a fracture to a break. And I remember falling on the floor, and then my brother throwing me in the back seat, taking me to the ER, and then I don't really remember much. But anywho, my leg was broken, right? And so not long after that, I got whooping cough. Now, it's probably, I mean, I've heard it the last season, actually. People have talked about whooping cough the last couple months, but I don't know. It's just like a really bad cough. And I remember I was 2 years old. I had my left leg was broken. And I was laying on the couch, and to my left was a like 2-gallon soup pot. And I would just lay there and cough and cough and cough until, I don't know if you guys just heard that, but that was my stomach, and I think I need to go to the bathroom, so I'm gonna finish my yapping, and then I'm gonna be back. But I would cough until I would throw up, and that's just what it was. No antibiotics, no nothing, just coughing until I barfed. But, uh, anywho, I'll be back. All right, babes, I'm back. Also, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, the whole 9 yards. Thank you. Anywho, back to talking about me, because I'm the most important person in the world. Obviously, that's why people are going to be watching my stupid little videos. Anywho, I have been having these cramps lately that make me feel like I am gonna pass out. And when I say that, I fucking mean it. Like, it's like 2 or 3 seconds of just pure sharp pain that's so bad. I'm like shaky for a second. I get a little dizzy, and then I'm cool. I'm cool. It's okay. Everything's okay. And they have been getting worse and worse, and I have physical therapy at 2 o'clock today, and so I'm really hoping that won't matter, but again, you'll hear about it next week, because that's when you'll get updates, if there's anything to update on. If you don't hear an update, it didn't matter, obviously. Anywho, what else has been happening in my silly little life? I don't know. Have you guys been having fun so far watching Minecraft? I have been having a lot of fun playing on this world. So I actually, you guys will see it later when I start actually building. But I want to build. I've been dreaming of this city in my head, and it's like insane, and I want to build it. So that's what we're gonna be building. That's why I'm kind of gunning to the end. This week and next week you'll see. I'm gunning to the end, gonna get an elytra, gonna get a shulker box specifically so I can start moving my stuff. That was my problem, is I opened my chest and realized I had too much stuff to just move it all, and so I decided to spend more time getting more stuff to go to the end, and then I have been totally fumbling so far, but it'll all be fine. We'll find our way one way. Find our way one day. It'll be fine. What else do I got going on? I don't know. I finished my tea, so that really sucks. But anywho, I kind of wanted to go on a rant this week about, like, I don't know. I just wanted to talk more about how, like, I hate how everyone pretends to have it together until, like, I know this is, like, a silly thing to jump to, but, like, this is where I was for a long time. Like, I was pretending I was fine and everything was normal, and I thought it was. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I thought everything was fine and everything was normal, because, you know what? I was functioning, and I was making money, and everything was okay. But actually, like, everyone just pretends that it's okay, and then when you actually, like, pay attention and dig a little bit deeper into, like, who someone is, you realize that, like, actually being put together is a fucking myth. Complete fiction. Social media fairy tale, right? And, like, the more people I talk to, the more obvious it becomes. Like, I'm friends with a teacher, and, like, that is one of the most put together people you'd assume. And, like, he's a mess. He's a wreck. I love him. He's one of my best friends, but he's also a wreck. And, like, I don't know. Pretending we know the lines and pretending that we're in the lines is, I don't know. It's like putting this false reality in people's heads, especially people like me. Like, not like me. I mean, you know, I'm sick, right? I am blah, blah, blah illnesses. I am striving to be this picture perfect idea of normal, and then the more people I talk to, I realize that normal is la la land. Normal is made up, and, like, I'm over here juggling more than, like, the normal clown at a circus, right? And like, thinking that I'm failing because I'm not doing good enough at juggling. But really, what's happening is I have 9 balls in my hand instead of 3. And that's okay. That's okay. I don't know. Did I talk about my dad? I love talking about my dad. I love my dad. He's an awesome guy. But it's a lot to deal with, him and myself and everything. And I'm out of tea, and I keep grabbing my cup and trying to take a drink, and that really sucks. Anywho, people pretending. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of people pretending to fit into a box. And like, adulthood was advertised as this magical land where everything is awesome and you make money and you have a house and like whatever you want. And now I'm here and it's nothing like that. It's nothing that I want. It's taxes and bills and tears and debt. So much debt. Everything you do is just more debt. And so when I see people that look perfect, I assume that they're lying, right? Because they have to be. Because if they are lying, then I'm not failing, right? So, right, anywho, it's crazy how we all assume that we're doing fine and we walk around comparing ourselves. And that really sucks too, and I'm really tired of social media. I actually, fun fact about me, I deleted TikTok before my honeymoon because I was like, oh, detach from the internet, take a break, detox, whatever. And I did, and I haven't re-downloaded it because it honestly is genuine scum. Like it's just normalizing rotting. Right? Like, yay, let's sit in our bed and consume media. And like that's what the big man wants. He wants you to be spending money. He wants you to be paying attention. He wants you to be watching advertisements so that way you'll go and spend more money on his friends. Like social media sucks. Please take a break. Please de-stress. I know I'm here on social media contributing to the problem, but I promise you, please take a break every once in a while and don't compare yourself to all of the people that are everything you want to be. You will be there one day, but you have to do it in your own time because it ain't easy, let me tell you. But just wake up and think, hey, today I'm going to be a little bit better than I was yesterday. And you will be, right? Hey, yesterday I yelled at my cat and I shouldn't have done that. That was really fucking mean. So I'm going to apologize to him and I'm not going to yell at him when he makes me mad, right? That's like the bare minimum of doing better every day. And like, I just wish more people would do that and not be like, oh, I'm gonna be the best person today than I was 6 months ago, or yesterday, or than I was yesterday. Yeah, whatever. I'm gonna be the best version of myself today than I was the worst version of myself yesterday. Like, they're expecting immediate overnight change. Like, no, it has to be. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying most of the time, but it has to be a small step, and it has to be one step at a time, and you'll get there, and it will be okay. And everything happens for a reason, and I know that sounds awful. Like, I have been. I say that to everyone. Everything happens for a reason, and it's good things, bad things. I do truthfully believe that everything happens for a reason, right? That's my truth. And when bad things happen, and people have asked me, like, okay, your dad has cancer. That's fucked up. Everything happens for a reason. And it's like, yeah, I didn't realize it at first, right? And some days it's still hard to remember that, to remember this. I haven't told you yet. But it has made mine and my dad's relationship so strong, and we actually talk to each other now, and we're vulnerable with each other, and we tell each other, like, he tells me when he wants to genuinely die, and he explains his feelings to me and his pain and everything, and he wouldn't have done that 2 years, 3 years ago, whatever, And I'm genuinely thankful to have that sort of relationship with my dad because, again, it's my dad. And obviously my relationship with my mom is lacking. So having that really is something I'm thankful for and grateful for. And so when people say everything happens for a reason, your dad has fucking cancer, it's like, yeah, but he's also my best friend now. And a lot of people don't understand that. People don't understand that not that you can be grateful for a bad thing, but that you can be thankful for a bad thing. And it's like, I mean, I don't know how else to explain it than that, you know? I don't know. it that is another thing. Let me get to the next part of this. Spit it out, Junior. I need to take a drink of water. Hold on, gang. Alright. I don't know what I was gonna say. I shouldn't have drank the water. That was a mistake. I don't know what I was on about. I took a little bit of a break, I'm gonna be real. But, anywho, I just wanted to say, if you've been here the whole time, thank you so much for being here the whole time. And if you haven't been here the whole time, I don't think you'll be hearing this part. So, you know, doesn't matter. Anywho, thank you so much for being here. I am gonna leave you guys to watch the end of this and enjoy the rest of your day. Hopefully you're sleeping, having a good night. I love you all, and I will catch you next week at the least. Bye bye.